and welcome to another episode of Van Dun Eisenbahn. And today, hopefully my arm's out of the way, we have this BR303 steam locomotive from the Berlin set. I think it was 3600, and we have some issues because these have been in storage for a long time. We put it on the track, it didn't run very well, it stuttered. One of these trucks on the front was actually not turning at all, and one of the things that happens is the oil on the train actually solidifies over time and gums everything up. So with that, we are going to take this locomotive apart, clean it up, oil it, and re-oil it with fresh oil, and put it all back together. But as I'm looking, I see my one screwdriver is missing because, you know, I have a very organized workbench. We're eventually going to get something to hold these that's a little better for it, and hopefully I don't hit the camera too much. We're going to actually take this front truck off. So all of my trains, I think I can do that. But I guess, there we go. Comes apart. Gently tip that over to the side. Now, local hobby shop sold me this, and it works really well. And we just dip it. And we keep cleaning. So how did I get started in the hobby? Well, I started with a train set that Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa went to the local furniture store to buy something. Don't recall what it was. But with that purchase came a Bachmann HO DC train. It was kind of cool and fun, and then as I was playing with it, working on it, trying to make it do things and making new... Ooh, this really is stuck. Oh, there we go, that way. And this is the same. Alright, so we got one side cleaned up with the oil, the other side is not. But as I was working on, playing with it, I put together a little loop, and absolutely nothing happened with it. It wouldn't move, wouldn't do anything. So we got Dad, and we figured out that, well, I created a dead short on it going positive to negative with DC. And shortly after that, my dad, I don't know if he sent to Germany for them or if he had them here already, but he had trains. I'm not sure when he started collecting or when he started buying them, but he had a huge collection of trains at that point, and he, I'm assuming, sent to his mother and asked her to mail them, paid the freight to get them over here. I don't recall, and next time he's around we'll ask him, but I don't think he'll remember either how they got here. But we're gonna assume that he had them mailed over, boxed up and mailed over. So, because that is what makes the most logical sense. And this truck is freed up nice now, it seems. It was actually going around the track and just skidding along when we ran it earlier. There's really, other than taking some care, lubing it up. This is an oil, and it's actually a lube and cleaner. It's actually Conducta lube and cleaner, part number, and it seems to work really, really well. So now, careful we don't lose the screws, because I don't know if you can see that tray over there, but I've got a E120 in there from one one of my first trains that I got on my own that wasn't one of my dad's. And that train, we lost this screw here for it. Now, it's not a big deal because that's an analog train right now and we're running a digital setup, so we will eventually. So we took that screw out and this just lifts right up and out. We just got to be careful when we go back together that we get that headlight in there. And the glue just came right apart on this. And that's lovely. So we will have to work on that once we're all done, which we don't have any glue here right now, so that's not going to happen. This is our ground pickup. Make sure we put that back in later. So do we actually need to take this apart? Well, it'd make it a lot easier to clean these wheels if we took that apart, because then we could really spin things up. But we're going to see how we do without doing that first. Oh, and this is a new motor. Now these are from the initial start of digital. So this has a, well, we'll find out what motor it has in it, if it's a 3-pole or a 5-pole as we go here, if I take it apart. The other locomotives I have from this, we're going to get this cleaner in here everywhere. The other locomotives I have from this era do not have, some of them still have the large flat motor, the small flat motor. Yeah, we're going to take this motor apart so we can really see what's going on in here and really give everything a spin and get it moving. But we're going to start with the tweezers because it's fine work and my sausage fingers can't get in there to take these out. I found these, I really liked these when I saw these and had to grab them. I don't know if it was a gag shop or what, but I think they're pretty cool. And there we have accident number 1 with the big tweezers that I shouldn't be using. Well, luckily the mat is, we'll hold the oil there for a little bit and see what happens. Fine work, glass has come off. So we go in here, grab the little, pull that back. Don't drop tools. Do the same thing on the other side. Hey, Willie.
The train magnet, its plugs fell off. It's the train's controller.
Oh no! Can you put them back in?
No.
Oh, I think you can.
You should do it.
Well, we're fixing this train that you want to run right now, and that is my buddy Willie. And usually I've found that once I take those out, yeah, you should take the brushes out first, but it's easier to take them out a little bit later. The one thing we're gotta do is this diode. I think it's a diode.
Yeah.
Willie?
You also need to fix electric and Berlin steam.
I know, I'm fixing this Berlin steam right now.
That's Berlin tender.
Oh, this is Berlin tender? Well, is it a steam locomotive?
Yes.
Right.
He also has a tender.
And the other thing I figured out on these is don't make these screws too tight. A different locomotive we were working on, it would smoke like crazy. And it would run like junk. And once we got the old solidified oil out of it, I put it back together and it still ran like junk. It was still smoking. And then I loosened these screws up and lo and behold, everything worked a lot better. Apparently that's not all the way loose yet. No, I've lost I have the AmeriClean set and I've lost it somewhere screwdrivers over the decades because I used them for something else from time to time. That's actually, I'm glad we took it apart because that's actually a bug carapace of some sort. Come on, you can come apart for me. Why don't you want to come apart? And there's probably better ways to do this than what I'm doing it, but I do not want to get into soldering if possible. And other thing I've learned, always look where the screws come out, because on some, one screw is slightly longer than the other, and if you put them in backwards, it really messes things up. See, alright, so this here, as I thought, still a 3-pole motor. And at the time, I believe this was a somewhat premium model. Just give this a wipe down, get all that carbon off of there. Since we have a really good coating of cleaner on here. And it does not require this much, but since we have it, we're not going to let it go to waste. Right? But we have this was a premium set at the time, I believe, and my grandmother brought this to me, Umi, brought this to me on one of her visits from Germany to the United States, and they told her this was the new one at the time. It was a collector item, all that good stuff. And it's just got the basic 3-pole motor in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get in here. We got a lot of dirt. We have actually, like I said, we saw actually a bug carapace in here, and this should really go easy, but it does not. So we're going to get some oil in here. We're going to grab the small tip brush, wherever that went. There it is. We got a little cleaning off. Get it in there. Since we had that accident, I'm going to give this. And I'm going in there hot and heavy with this. Yeah, Willie.
The pig train is not a steamer.
It is not, but it's a steamer body. It's a steamer frame. We have a Glückschwein, right? Can you say Schwein? That's Willie, my son. You've seen him in other videos. And we have the Glückschwein, and it is not running up to, well, it's running all right. It probably needs a serious cleaning too, because all these have been sitting for quite some time. See, this gear just does not move like it's supposed to. Let's get in here with this little, and that should move and float freely in there. And I'm guessing we got more of this hardened oil on it. Get my fingers off of that. It's already moving easier. Oh, look at that. We move it this way, and it's moving very easy. Oh, that's tough. So this is just, right now I'm probably going to go reach up there and pause the video and keep working this until it gets freed up. I don't know if maybe I should get a couple sections of track and just run it back and forth on the track until it gets nice and free. It's probably not a bad idea. But we are not we are not moving anywhere as free as we need to be. And some of these gears are probably our culprits and hanging up. So let's pause the video here for a minute because I don't know how to edit, so we just do everything in one take. Stay there. Don't fall down. Daddy will be really upset. All right, we're back just for a little bit, just to show you what's going on. I grabbed a couple pieces of straight track and a little bit of finger oils on there. It works great for cleaning the pores also. But as you go, and I know there's no weight on it, wheels aren't turning at all. Actually, this rear truck was frozen, and the couple of wheels on the tender were frozen. So what I did is I put a little bit of cleaner on those, added some more cleaner to this, but as I go, if you can see that, it hits these lurches where it goes easy and hard. I'm applying the same amount of pressure all the way down. It's hard, 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 and then it frees up a little bit. So we've got a lot. And I know over-oiling is just as bad as under-oiling, and we are really, really, really gummed up here. So we're just going to keep moving this back and forth. You see what that's doing there, Willie? Willie's with us today. Willie, can you say hi?
No.
No. Willie goes from being super friendly and wants to say hi to talk to everybody to not wanting to talk to anybody. So we're going to just keep working this back and forth, and it probably needs a longer stretch, so maybe we'll even take it over to the layout and do that.
I'm told to get there then.
Well, there, we seem to be doing a lot better already. So I think we need to do a longer stretch. And the motor is not in on purpose, so everything can free spin just that much easier.
Hey, Daddy.
So, yeah, Willie.
I told the kids where the layout is.
Well, we're doing a cleaning video, and after the cleaning video, we'll put it all back together and we'll run it on the train, and we'll walk over there and run it. So, we'll go into a little bit more about Van Dun Eisenbahn and how we all got started with this a different time, but this is the cleaning, and letting the train sit and not run really wreaks havoc on them, makes everything seize up. So we'll keep working on this and we'll get it back together and go from there. All right, until we get back, let's find the pause button. So we brought it over to the track. We ran it around for a bit. I gave it some tweak to the left, back and forth a bunch, freehand tweak to the right, back and forth a bunch. I lubed the tender wheels, the trailing wheels, don't know what they're actually called, and this is, I think, the way it should go. Willie, give it a little push.
Okay.
Give it a push and let go. Well, a little bit bigger push. Before, we would hang up and it would stutter, and now, without just giving it a gentle push, and it just goes on its own. So, that was a good run. So we'll put the motor back in, put the brushes back in, and go from there.